Hey, Colin at the Dog Line here. This is Rosie. We're just up here fitting a radio dog fence for Rosie, but the subject for today is the barking dog collar that I would use on a beagle. So as you know, when a beagle's nose turns on, their ears and their brain switches off. So they're very hard to keep under control, and they do bark quite a bit as well. So we've just come up, and again, we're replacing systems that other people have put in. So this is their third system, and our system is the last system they'll ever have to buy. So give us a call if you want to talk about radio dog fences, but let's get on with the bark collar chat. Now, this chat is about our barking dog training collar. Now, the reason why I say training collar, because it teaches the dog what's appropriate barking. So they will bark if they really need to, but they'll stop, say, 70% of the barking, and they'll bark for the length of time that comes underneath that window of acceptable levels of dog barking. We have another video on that where we're doing a lecture. We explain all about those sort of triggers and barking levels. But when you get this system, here's what's in the box. Yes, here's what's in the box. You get the barking dog training collar. That's all pretty much ready to go. You've got a bonus training tip, so it teaches you how to introduce the collar to the dog so that you get the least amount of impact with the dog and massive results within the first 10 minutes. The next thing is the owner's manual as well. Of course, we've got our famous 1300 number, 1300 the dog, 1300 843 364. You can call at any time if you have any questions. And let's get on to this one. So I've grabbed a test light from another product, and I'll turn this on. The beauty about this is it has a battery. You might come across, do I go for, come back here young lady, do I go for rechargeable or do I go for replaceable? The beauty about this system is the lid to the collar is the battery. You pop that in the bin and then you grab the new one and pop it in. Now the reason why we've had people using this one for 6 or 7 years without failure is you get a new lid, new O-rings to keep the product waterproof, and you also get a new batteries included. Now your first battery will be used up a little bit quicker than your second battery, but they're not that expensive to replace. Just slide that into the picture of the lock at the bottom, and then what we'll do is we'll test this, show you how it works. Now, this one will come in with a little beeper. So you've got the Pavlovian audible tones. Pavlov's dog theory, they hear the bell. Come on, Rosie, come. Good girl. Sit down. She's a hairy dog. Okay. So what happens is when it goes off the first time, it's at the low training level. It'll jump up immediately and wait at level 1 for 30 seconds. Now, if your dog barks and vibrates the vocal cords again, it'll go off at level 1 and then jump up to level 2. So the more the dog barks, the higher the collar's going to go. Every 30 seconds of silence, it will go back to the low level. But you'll see there's a couple of safety features. Number one, it has intermittent delay between the corrections. So it's not going to go bark, 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 and then give the dog correction, correction, correction. It'll actually have 3 or 4 barks before it'll go off again. I'll show you that in a tick. And the other thing it has is a safety cutout feature. If the collar is activated 15 times in 50 seconds, it will shut down for 3 minutes of silence. When there's 3 minutes of no activation, it will then come back on automatically. So it's quite safe, provided you follow the training guide and keep an eye on the dog for the first 24 hours, you will be fine. Now, here we go. There's a little light on the front. So you can see that light, and when I vibrate the pen and use that as similar to the vibration from a vocal cords, it goes off. Very sensitive. Now, the other thing is safety. A lot of collars on the market, particularly the cheaper ones that are coming in, are a little bit unstable. They have to make them not so sensitive because when they get knocked on the pavement, they go off accidentally. It's a big problem in the industry right now. So what we've done is this one has got a rubber coating on it. So if it gets knocked on the pavement, or the dogs knock it on the doggy door and when they come in and out of the house, it won't go off. But if they bark, it's very sensitive to pick up those barks. So the dog's going to get a very consistent message about barking, and therefore we're going to go towards changing the behaviour rather than rely on punishment to stop it. It's about conditioning, and that takes time. By the way, you can rent this to try it first and then convert to a purchase later. It's certainly worth the investment because, like the dog fence system, it'll be the last bark collar you'll probably have to buy. If you need to upgrade, you can. I prefer this battery method to the rechargeable because I don't have to worry about changing batteries every 1.5 years at about $60 a battery if you can get the rechargeable batteries out. So it will last a long time. Here we go. We'll show you the little correction that comes out. I'll put my little test light on there. Rub that. You'll see that light. Goes off again. Now if I keep going, it's not going to go off every time. And you'll see that light maybe go a bit stronger each time. there is a 3 or 4 bark delay before it goes off, so it's very safe. After 30 seconds, that's going to go down to the low level. Now, how do you fit it to a dog? Very good question, I'm glad you asked. Now, we do have a variety of colours, but pretty much you can have any colour you want as long as it's black. If I thread that through there and go through the tri-clip, that tri-clip will move down. Now I can fit this to a Jack Russell, and the smaller sizes will go up to like Kelpie size. And then if you want to go for the bigger collar, you go from the Kelpie right up to German Shepherds and Rottweilers, so that'll be fine. Plenty of strap. Cut off what you don't need, give it a singe, that's fine. So I'll thread that through there, bring the tri-clip up a bit. Rosie, up girl, come on, come on. Rosie, there you go, one word from me and she does what she wants. Come on, tickle, tickle. Oh, oh, what happened? What happened? Did I hit a funny spot? Did I hit a funny spot? Okay, so when you fit it to Rosie, we've only just met, so I'm just being nice and polite here. Okay, when that fits on, it has to be touching her Adam's apple. Now I've turned the collar off. When you do that, you empty it. When that's touching her Adam's apple, she's liking that, then that's going to pick up the vibration. If it moves to the side of the neck, it's not going to work, so you need to make sure it's loose enough to fall back in the right position. Because there's that rubber coating on there, you could use other collars to help keep it in the right position. That's all in the training guide. So anyway, click on the button, click add to bowl, and then go through to the checkout. You can purchase that one or rent it. If you do want some more information, give us a call. But if you keep that collar on the dog for 5 or 6 weeks, checking the skin every day, make sure there's no irritation, because you don't have to do it up too tight like a lot of collars. You won't have any problems at all. And then just go through the training program and give us a call if you need any assistance. 1300 the dog, 1300 843 364. Thanks Rosie, you've been great. Thanks guys, see you later.